If you're thinking about buying a lakefront home or a home just in a lakeside community around the Knoxville area, you're going to want to check this video out. I'm going to show you around one of the premier lakefront communities called Lashbrook, but I'm also just going to talk to you about the opportunities there are to live on the various lakes that are around the Knoxville area. So if that's kind of what you're looking for, either a lakefront home or just to be close to the lake in a community with a boat slip and boat docks and everything like this here behind me, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So this community here is called Lashbrook, and the reason I chose this one in particular is because there are actually still lots available for sale in this community. A lot of the lakeside communities, pretty much most of the lots have been bought up. This one still has a few available. There are 2 lots for sale right now that are just across the street from the lake here, so not lakefront. They're around $300,000. There's one that's right on the lake, listed for $700,000. But this is Fort Loudon Lake out here behind me. Lashbrook is in Louisville, which is Blount County. So this is Blount County out here behind me, where this neighborhood is. Right across the lake here is Knox County. So if you're kind of trying to figure out where you are in relation to Knoxville, literally right across the lake here is West Knoxville. You're going to be able to get to downtown from here in just about 25 minutes. Get over to West Knoxville and Farragut in just about 25 minutes as well. So pretty conveniently located here. What I want to talk about is, one, I'm going to show you around this community because it's incredible. Beautiful homes here. So if you like it, then this could be a good option for you. But I'll also tell you about some of the other opportunities to get in a lakeside community. But if this is your first time on this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Tennessee, tap the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to learn about the market here in Tennessee. My name's Forrest McCullough. I'm a real estate agent here in Tennessee, and me and the team get calls every day from people just like you looking to buy or sell a home in Tennessee, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about making a move next week or next year, feel free to shoot us a text, give us a call, or send us an email. We'd be happy to help you find the right community to call home and find the right home in that community. So all our contact information is in the description below. Feel free to reach out anytime. All right, so when looking at these lakefront communities around the Knoxville area, a few things to keep in mind. There are several lakes. Fort Loudon Lake is the one that goes right through Knoxville, and so it's super convenient to everything in Knoxville. Also means it is the most expensive lake to live on because you have all those conveniences. So the price point that you're looking at, your budget, is really going to dictate, what type of community, what lake you are going to be on. So this is Fort Loudon. The other lakes that are a little bit further, you have Cherokee and Norris kind of up to the north and east, and then Watts Bar and Melton Hill over kind of to the south. So, these different lakes that are further out, you can actually find homes and lots for much cheaper. I mentioned there's one lot for $700,000 that's listed, lakefront lot, and that is just down the lake here, about a quarter mile. On the lake close to Knoxville like this is, anywhere within 30 to 40 minutes to get to downtown and to get to all the shopping and everything in West Knoxville, you're going to pay a pretty premium price for a lake lot, anywhere from $400,000 to $600,000, $700,000, maybe $800,000, depending on the community and the lot. So if that's your budget, if that's what you're looking for, then that's perfect. If you get out to some of these other lakes, the further out you get, you can find some more affordable lake lots. So you may be able to get one for $150,000, $200,000 if you get far enough away from town. So that's one thing. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is whether or not the lot is actually dockable. So the TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, has really control over whether or not you can dock on a certain lot, and it has to do with the main channel that runs through and if it's going to block other boats from being able to go through. Also has to do with if you can physically get a dock on a particular lot. It may be that there's nowhere to anchor it down. So one thing to really make sure of when you're looking at lots is whether or not it is dockable. One thing that you can look for if you just want to be lakefront, but you don't really care about having a dock, it can actually be a lot cheaper to buy a lot that's not dockable. So something that you can look for if you're looking to just have that view, the lake view, but you don't really care about having a dock, maybe look for one that is not dockable, because you're going to be able to get it at a much cheaper price than one that is dockable. But that's something you really need to keep in mind. Another thing you want to look at is how flat the lot is coming out to the lake. You know, different people have a different preference about that. You look out behind me here, and these lots have a nice gentle slope down to the lake. So you really have a nice lawn out behind the house. The house sits up here, and you have a nice lawn out through here. A lot of homes will sit up sort of on a cliff, and you really don't have any yard at all. It just drops straight down. So that can be sort of a preference thing if you want to have a backyard. Sometimes when the house sits up a little bit higher, you have a better view. So some people may prefer that, but that is another thing to keep in mind. So whether or not it's dockable, you know, the kind of lawn you're going to have, how steep that drop off is, some of the considerations that you need to consider. And then, you know, the price, if you are looking for something really close to town, like I said, going to be in the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 range. Potentially, if you're okay with being further away from town, you can get something much less than that. So there are a bunch of lake communities around this lake. Obviously, beautiful lake, but all the other lakes are beautiful as well. I'll take you up and just show you kind of what this community looks like along the streets here. So this is the street that runs along the lake. So these are the homes that sit right on the lake here. And this is a fairly long street in this neighborhood. I mean, there are a bunch of homes sitting out here along the lake that have their own private docks. Like I said, there are some lots left. Most of the lots are not for sale at this time. They're owned by individuals that are either going to plan to build on them in the future, or potentially sell them in the future. But you know, this one here, for example, is one of the lots that's left here. Like I said, that could be listed maybe around $700,000 if it were to come on the market. And you can just see, I mean, really pretty homes. These lots back here, there's one right behind me here, and then a couple on the other side of this home that are being built. And two of these are actually listed for around $300,000. So, you know, it's essentially going to be probably half as much as a lot right on the lake, just to be on the other side of the street. And these are literally just about 100 yards from the boat slips where I was, just right over here. So, you know, if you maybe don't care about being right on the lake, but you want to have a boat at the boat slip and want to be really convenient to that, you know, this is a great option for you. There is another lot that's listed just up the hill here. So a little bit further away from the lake, it's listed at $200,000. So, you know, as you can see, just getting a little bit further away, that price is going to go down. So you could get in here with a lot for around $200,000, still be super convenient to the boat slips down there. And then there's also a pool and a clubhouse, really nice pool and clubhouse. So super nice neighborhood. There is one home listed in here up the hill here for $1.5 million. There are two homes actually listed in the next neighborhood over that's called Jackson Bend. And one of them is listed for $8.5 million, the other $5.5 million. So as you can see, you can get in these lakeside communities with a really large price range. I mean, you know, that one over there right on the lake for $8.5 million. You could get one a little bit back off the lake for maybe around $1 million and still have kind of the lake access and enjoy being on the lake. So really a ton of options, a ton of different lakeside communities, but Lashbrook, where I am right now, is really a super nice one. So, you know, whether you're thinking about living in a lake community or maybe just close to the lake in East Tennessee, you know, that's one of the reasons that a lot of people move to East Tennessee, is just to be around the lakes. So you don't necessarily have to be in a lakeside community. You can just be kind of close to the lake. But, you know, if you're thinking about that, have questions about it, or you just want to talk to somebody about what the options are, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description below. You can feel free to shoot us a text, give us a call, or send us an email. We'd be happy to answer your questions, help you find the right community to call home, and help you find the right home. Happy to walk alongside you through that process. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.